If you are a person who gives free advice, then think again about your habit. You might lose your head for offering them, quite literally. In this episode, we will tell you the story of a psycho lover who split open a man's head for giving him a piece of advice. Take a look. Joy, disappointment, anger, heartbreak, all are components of love stories. But the new entrant to the list is crime. It's unfortunate that most of today's stories are turning into crime stories. But in this story, a word of caution to forget his love enraged a lover to commit a murder, a gory murder. This is Byadarahalli. Situated in the rural belt of Bengaluru, the people over here woke up as usual and went about their normal business. But the shockers surfaced after some time. They found a dead body in their locality. This was startling for the residents as this was unprecedented. August 4th, 2014. Byadarahalli. An unidentified dead body of a man lay in front of a tea shop in Byadarahalli. It seemed as if somebody had smashed the brains out of the dead man. It was literally a gory murder of sorts. People started gathering around the dead body. They were traumatized looking at it, and especially at the way he was killed. Later, cops from Nelamangala Rural Police arrived at the spot and took charge of the situation. Even the cops were disturbed with the way the man's life was put to an end. Immediately, they inspected the spot of crime and started their primary investigation. As the cops started looking for some clues, their eyes fell on two things which lay near the dead body. The cops instantly knew that these two things were used as weapons to commit the murder. The cops had found a sharp stick and a 2 kg weighing stone. They had a solid clue to move forward in the investigation. They had also suspected that the crime must have taken place in a drunken stupor. A murder case was filed in Nelamangala Rural Police Station. As the investigation proceeded briskly, the cops identified that the deceased was 38-year-old Ujjappa. The cops also ascertained that Ujjappa was a resident of Byadarahalli. They also collected complete information about Ujjappa. Now, the probe had some clarity and was heading in the right direction. The alert cops immediately summoned a list of complaints registered the previous day. They found a dozen cases of drunken menace registered in Nelamangala police station limits. But the cops knew that the case they were looking for was still out somewhere. After a concerted effort, the cops finally came across an issue where 4 men had picked up a fight in an inebriated state. The cops confirmed that one of the 4 men was the deceased Ujjappa. The cops heaved a sigh of relief as they had finally picked up the trail of the murderers. From then on, it was not much of a task for the cops to trace the murderers. Very soon, they apprehended 3 men in the murder. The main accused was 20-year-old Raju. Raju's accomplices in the crime were his friends Rakesh and Ravi Kumar. All the 3 accused were just in their 20s.
ಇದು ಮಂಡೇ ಆಗಿರೋದು. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಲಮಂಗಲ ರೂರಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ಲಿ ಕೇಸ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಈಗ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ 3 ಜನ ಮರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಹೆಸರು ರಾಜ, ಕಿಶೋರ್ ಅಲಿಯಾಸ್ ರಾಕೇಶ, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ರವಿ ಕುಮಾರ. ರೀಸನ್ ಅದು ಹುಡುಗಿ ವಿಚಾರ ಅಂತ ಇನ್ನೂ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಗೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ.
Police had to grill all the 3 before making them spill the beans. Raju fell in love with a girl from a different caste 2 years ago. He belonged to scheduled caste, whereas the girl was a Lingayat. The trouble started when Ujjappa became aware of Raju's love. Ujjappa was not happy about Raju's feelings for a girl who hailed from an upper caste. He was not okay with Raju's love story, primarily because Ujjappa's caste was the same as that of the girl Raju was in love with. Ujjappa was a Lingayat and he did not like Raju falling in love with a girl from his caste. Ujjappa was against a lower caste person being in a relationship with an upper caste girl. The mistake Ujjappa made was making his objection to Raju's love vocal. Ujjappa had warned Raju and told him to change his feelings for the girl. He even threatened Raju with dire consequences if Raju continued to have feelings for the girl. But little did Ujjappa know that Raju was seething from within and would cause his death one day. Ujjappa did not stop after warning Raju. He started damaging Raju's relationship. Ujjappa started poisoning Raju's lover's mind. He cooked up false stories about Raju so that the girl would be prompted to leave Raju one day.
No, sir. Allah sir, nange sikkitu ಇವನು ಕುಡಿತಾನೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಅಂತ ಉಜ್ಜಪ್ಪ ಹೇಳಿ ಬಿಡಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಸರ್.
ನೀವಿಬ್ರು ಲವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ. ಅದರ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕಟ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು?
ಅದೇ ಅವ್ನು ಕುಡಿತಾನೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕೆಟ್ಟವನು ಹಂಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ದ ಸರ್.
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟವ್ರಲ್ಲ?
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 ವರ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್. ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅವ್ರತವನು ಜಗಳ ಆಯಿತು. ಅವ್ನು ಲವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರ ಅಪ್ಪ ಇದ್ದ, ಅವ್ನು ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಅವ್ನು ಲವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ. ಇವಾಗ ಅವನು ಜಗಳ ಆಯ್ತು, ಅವ್ರ ಅಮ್ಮ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೈತು ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆಗೆ, ಅವನು ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಸರ್.
ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ದ್ವೇಷ ಆಯ್ತು ಇವರಿಬ್ರಿಗೆ?
ಇವರಿಬ್ರಿಗಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಇವ್ರು ಅದೇ ಎಣ್ಣೆ ಕೇಳ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಇದು ಕೊಡ್ರು ಸರ್. ಇವರೇ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಚುಚ್ಚಿದ್ದು. ನಾವು ಹೊಡೆಯೋಣ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ ನಾನು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬೇಡ ಅಂದೆ, ಅವಾಗ ಹಿಂಗಾಯ್ತು ಸರ್.
Raju, who was already furious about Ujjappa's warning, was now even more annoyed. He could not take it anymore. That was when he decided to eliminate Ujjappa. Raju sought the help of his friends Rakesh and Ravi Kumar. They readily agreed. It was a night of August 3rd. On that fateful day, Raju had planned to end Ujjappa's life by inviting him to drink. An unsuspecting Ujjappa took the bait and arrived at the designated spot. Raju was ready to strike along with his friends Rakesh and Ravi Kumar. Soon after Ujjappa arrived, all the four started to consume alcohol. After some time, Ujjappa and Raju again started discussing Raju's affair. The discussion soon turned into an argument. The argument progressed into a fight. The fight ended in a brutal murder. As soon as a fight broke out, Raju and his friends who had come prepared stabbed Ujjappa with a stick in the eye. Raju, who was seething in anger, did not stop there. He took a 2 kg stone and smashed Ujjappa's skull. Ujjappa breathed his last in a flash. Raju was a psycho lover. Just to look at him would convince anyone that Raju was a psycho. He was a psycho lover too. Raju had his lover's name tattooed all over his body. He was so mad about his love that he was ready to overcome any hurdle. Unfortunately, Ujjappa, who chose to become a hurdle, lost his life. The Nelamangala police have now arrested Raju, and his friends Rakesh and Ravi Kumar have been remanded to judicial custody. Sunil for News9 Bengaluru. Love marriages are no new concept. But how many couples manage to get the permission of their folks and then get married to the love of their life? Today we show you a story of a couple from Mysore who fell in love and got married.
But life was not as rosy as they thought post-marriage. What went wrong? Let's find out.
This couple you see on your screens is Manjunath and Divya, who hailed from Mysore. While Manjunath hailed from Udayagiri, the love of his life Divya was from Nanjangud. Manjunath worked at a private firm in the city. Divya was pursuing her second year in BCom. For people who hail from small villages, it is no big deal to tie the knot with people who are relatives already. Such was the case with Manju and Divya as well. Yes, Manju was Divya's uncle. He was her mother's brother, but the age gap between the two was not too much, and they happened to fall in love. The couple was close to each other since their childhood days, but they fell in love with each other only recently. They were in a relationship for a year before they decided to tie the knot and become each other's for life. Manju and Divya's family got to know of their relationship only 6 months ago. And when they did, there was a lot of chaos in this happy couple's life. Divya's family was not too fond of Manju. They did not want their daughter to get married to him. When they learnt of the love brewing between the two, they decided to make Divya's life a living hell. And how? They prohibited her from going to college for 3 whole months. In the meanwhile, they also tried to convince her to get married to a distant cousin of hers.
ನಾನು 1 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಮಂಜು ಅನ್ನೋನ್ನ ತುಂಬ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಒಂದು 6 ತಿಂಗಳಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ವಿಷಯ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾವ ಹಾಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ರು, ಅವನು ರೇಗಿಸ್ದ ಅಂತ. ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. 3 ತಿಂಗಳು ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸಿದೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರು ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೆ. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅತ್ತೆ ಮಗ ಪ್ರಶಾಂತನನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ನಾನು ಆ ಮದುವೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ನೀನು ಇಷ್ಟ ಮದುವೆ ಒಪ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಪ್ರೀತಿಸಿದ ಹುಡುಗನ ಸಾಯಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಹಂಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಎದುರಿಸಿದ್ರು ನನಗೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಮನೇಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಕಿರುಕುಳ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ನನ್ನ ಮನೇಲಿ ಇರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ.
Divya was going through a lot of torture. She would be beaten up every single day by not just her parents but her uncle as well. Divya could not take it anymore and decided to take a decision that changed her life. She decided to elope with Manju and get married.